And I think we are seeing a massive shift in the British market. So, when we grew up a million years ago, it was the owner occupier desire. We were aspirational to own your own home. That had always traditionally been the way that the British people thought and felt about property. However, I think since COVID, in all honesty, maybe even from before then, we've seen, in fact, actually, it was around about 2008, 2009. That crash there put the fear into so many people about having that responsibility of a mortgage. It put them off having that. And then COVID came along. People were then, locked down in their homes, and they thought, you know what? We've always wanted a house with a bigger garden, and we've never been able to afford that. But if we just moved out of town a bit, we could rent somewhere cheaper than where we're living right now and get the massive garden. And we've got the flexibility to work from home now or go into town if we want to. And people's attitudes to owning homes has kind of changed a bit. And then let's get started on Gen Z.
Shall we?
What?
That's a different podcast. That's a whole different episode. I've got an
But
idea for
Gen
that one.
Okay, well, let me move on. Anyway, the Gen Zers, they don't even want a full time job. They don't even want to work full time. So, how on earth are they ever going to ever purchase a home to live in? They want to be fluid. I mean, on many levels fluid, but they want to move around and be mobile and, go off on travel and, change jobs and maybe be a temp. Or, I've got a friend who has a GP practice and she cannot hire locum doctors because they just don't want to work nights. And by the way, nights in a GP practice is till 6 o'clock. They're like, nah, don't fancy that. So the whole work ethos, this work-life balance, then has an impact on, well, how are you going to get a mortgage when you have irregular income, or you're just being a bit mobile in various countries. I think we're moving more towards the German market, which is very much, you're a renter and that's what everyone does, and everyone just accepts that and they're quite happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and as I said, we've had tenants in some of our properties for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And I think there's this big fear around that. We're different in the UK, and that landlords can just boot you out on a moment's notice, or these kind of things. And that is what kind of does give landlords a bad name when you read those stories or hear those stories. But I would attribute 99% of those stories to amateur landlords who don't really understand what they're doing, because a professional landlord wants tenants to stay for years and years and years at a time. They want to be professional. They don't want to just evict people for no reason. In 15 years of doing this, how many people have we evicted?
None.
None. Not
Absolutely
one.
none.
Not one.
We've never had to go to court.
No.
We've never had to
Nope.
evict. Have we had people that we've needed to have a little chat to because of the way that they're maybe drying their clothes and creating some condensation?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We've had people leave, do a runner in the night and abandon.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we should do an
Leaving
episode
some
on
nice
our
little gift. There was one that left some nice little gifts in the house.
Was that the fleas?
There was, I forgot about the fleas. Yeah, there was fleas. I was thinking of more kind of bodily gifts.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I've forgotten that
Maybe
one.
forgotten that one. All right, let's not go there.
Maybe we should have an episode on our property horror stories. If you are listening now and you would like to hear an episode on property horror stories, then do let us know on our This Property Life website or in our Property Wealth System community Facebook group.
We've
So
got some
yeah,
good uns.
reach out if you'd like to hear some horror stories,
Property horror
because we've got
stories. We
plenty.
have,
Even
and
just
we'll go around the
even
team
from
and we'll get our team to come up with that. Everyone's got some
Oh, we've got
classics.
some good ones.